review is going to be on the ByTerry makeup, their foundation and cheek tint, which as you can see Mayzie is enjoying a little bit more than I have been. But before I do that, I had a request from Catalina031 to tell you a little something about Mayzie. So Mayzie is a teacup poodle. She's just about 4 pounds. Her birthday is actually tomorrow, and she's going to be 2 years old. So I should probably let her keep the makeup. But anyways, I adopted her from Rhode Island. My husband and I took a ride down there one morning to check out the breeder that we had contacted, and from the moment that we saw her, we knew that there was no way that we were going to leave her there. She was just absolutely the sweetest thing ever, and I should probably take this away or she's going to really destroy it. But anyways, she absolutely took to us right away also. On the ride home, I put her into my jacket, and she stayed that way the whole ride back. It was about an hour-and-a-half drive. And ever since that time, she has pretty much never left my side. When I get up, she follows me. When I lie down, she follows me. Even if I get up in the middle of the night, she'll get up and come with me into the bathroom and then follow me back to the bed and lay back down. Now, she has a really, really sweet personality. And I know that a lot of people think that poodles can be a little yippy, but I really believe that poodles sort of take on the personality of those that adopt her. And so that if you're sweet and kind and gentle around them, that's really the way that they'll be. And if you're sort of hyper or nervous around them, that's the way they'll be. And as you can see, Mayzie is as laid back as can be. So I guess that means that we're sort of laid back. Okay, Macy's gone to play, so now I can tell you something about the foundation and the cheek tint. So the first thing is that it comes in this type of cylinder, and it comes with a brush application top. So here's the first problem. The brush is not only really stiff, but it's also really short, and so it doesn't have a lot of movement to it. So I thought maybe after a few uses the brush would soften up a bit and I'd be able to use it better, but it just doesn't work that way. So what I've had to do in order to use the foundation is I go ahead and put it on, and then I use my MAC 130 brush and I buff that in. The other thing is that as you're applying it with the brush, it leaves streak marks on your face, so the foundation doesn't come out smoothly, and because the brush really isn't good, you really can't use it at all. So it sort of defeats the purpose of having an applicator with a brush if the brush doesn't work well. Now I do understand that she also makes a foundation that you can get in a bottle form, which might be better to try out. But the second problem that I have with it, and the reason that I probably wouldn't try another one of her products, is that her products are really heavily scented. This is a really, really heavy rose scent to it. Now I love roses. Give me a dozen roses anytime, and I'd love to put them in a vase and put them on my table, but I have a real issue with the companies trying to put that type of a scent into my cosmetics. And this one is so strong that even after you put it on and you've worn it for a bit, it really takes a while for it to go away. So if you have any type of sensitivity to scents, you definitely don't want to try this line out. The next issue that I have with it is that it's a very shiny application. You have got to use a setting powder after you use this foundation. I tried a brush with it, I tried a sponge with it, I tried my hands. Nothing that I used would make that shine go away until I used my Laura Mercier mineral powder foundation, and I actually used that to set it. So I'm wearing it today, and it does look nice when I put it together, but it sort of defeats the purpose of having this type of foundation and using it on its own. So the other product that I tried from her is the Sheer Liquid Blush, and I got it in the rose. Again, this didn't work for me either. One of the biggest problems with it, which is sort of interesting that this would be a problem, is the fact that it's really heavily pigmented. And the problem with that is that you need a very, very small amount, and you have to work it in really, really quickly. Otherwise, you just have this really almost like a clown effect look if you don't work it in right away. And the other problem is with the pump type applicator, that when you're pumping it out, because it's a very strong pump, it's really hard to control it to get a really small amount. So I ended up wasting a lot of the product. Overall, this line didn't work for me. I didn't like the applicator, I definitely didn't like the scent, and most importantly, I didn't like the price. This is a very expensive line. Miss Mayzie decided to come back from playing because she wanted to say goodbye to everybody, and she says if there are any questions, just to leave them in the comments below, and she'll be sure to whisper them into my ear, and I'll give you the answers. So take care, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the review. We'll speak to you soon. Take care.